Giulio Bellanca from the mechanics course, class 5th B, presents the talk named It's All a Different Story.
There was nothing of the real Jack in that howling, mandering, petulant voice, though. It eternally whined in tones of self-pity and rose in lurid screams. Jack was not there anymore. She was hearing the lunatic, raving voice of the Overlook itself. The mallet smashed into the bottom door, knocking out a huge chunk of the tin paneling. Half of a crazed and working face staring at her. The mouth and cheeks and throat were lathered in blood. The single eye she could see was tiny and piggish and glittering. Nowhere left to run, you can't. It panted at her through its grin. The mallet descended again, knocking wood splinters into the tub and against the reflecting surface of the medicine cabinet.
Little pigs, let me come in. Not by the hair on your chinny chin chin. Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in.
So, what did you like better? The book or the movie version? I'm sure that almost every one of you heard of this question at least once in your lifespan. And even though nobody asked, I'm going to tell you why this is not a fair question. And by that, I don't mean to say that one is not better than the other. That's up to you to decide. All I want to say is that they should not be compared, or at least not by using the same criteria. Because a book and a movie shares two different roads and targets two different audiences. A book can be many things, but for sure is not an easy one. In fact, regarding the activity of reading, there are a lot of restrictions. For example, you have to be alone, you must stay near a light, you must stay focused, and so on and so forth. Pretty hard, right? So, why then should you do it? What if I were to tell you that are all of those restrictions to make a book great? In fact, the truly amazing thing about the book is just the sheer amount of effort you put in when reading it. The more time you spend reading, the more focus you put in, the more elaboration you do, the more you become connected to the book. All effort shall be repaid. And that's said by me, who has not read a book for 7 months, and in fact, I'm more the TV series kind of guy. But that makes me the perfect subject to talk about this topic. When reading a book, you only have words to rely on. You really have to work with your imagination, picturing the whole story in your head, making it always more about the way you imagine it, rather than how it is written. Everyone associates certain words to certain photos, figuring in your head everything you read. Let's make an example. Please think about the dog. Was the dog like this? Maybe like that? Or perhaps one of those. That's exactly what kind of power imagination holds, the power of individuality. The writer is just a human, or at least I suppose, which is giving imagination life through the use of words. And being imagination personal, everyone is going to read those words in a different way. And that's the true beauty of a book. Everyone reads the same page with a different shade, making always the story more personal. But that makes the adaptation of books really difficult. On the other hand, a movie is made to be enjoyed in a group of people, So it means you don't have to be alone anymore, you don't have to focus a lot, and it's going to take less time to watch it. Basically, it can be considered as one of the tools to relax yourself. Being transmitted on big screen, you don't have to use imagination to figure what's on the page, because now the screen is your page. Words become reality, and therefore, there is no more space for you to elaborate. But that's not what the movie is about. That role is for the book, and the book only. And as I said earlier, there is no more space for you to elaborate. Now that job is for all the people working on the movie, which are bringing imagination to life, and in my opinion, is an art, and a very difficult one of that. Just think about Jurassic Park. I bet not many of you knew it was once a book before being a movie. I also bet that whenever someone mentions a dinosaur, most of you will think about him. This wasn't CGI. It was a real animatronic just made to make the whole movie look more realistic. And yes, we're still talking about the same movie with a theme park with dinosaurs. But that's not the point. Having at disposal a lot of tricks, a movie can make you forget that you're actually watching a screen and submerge you completely into the plot. With around sound effects, camera angles, practical effects, and CGI by its side, it can become a masterpiece, make you care for it, maybe even bond with it, just as a book would do. As said earlier, the adaptation of books is really difficult, and sometimes changes are made. But that should not be a problem, because in my opinion, a movie should be more like the remix of a book. Maintaining the same essence is the important part. Just think about Shining. Shining as a book and Shining as a movie have two different plots, are completely separated. But in the end, they manage to transmit the same emotions. And that's what a good adaptation should be about, transmitting those emotions. Of course, movies and books have two different ways to do that, having two different styles, and each require another kind of approach. And in the end, all matters is your personal preferences and what you're looking for at the moment. So, anyway, what did you like better, the book or the movie version? Thank you for your attention.